I'm going to show you how to replace the cartridge on this Moen Posi-Temp valve here. 3 things that can happen with this valve. One of the things is like what happened in this scenario here, that you spin it and nothing happens. Water doesn't turn on. The other thing is you might not get hot water, or you're only getting cold water. Here, first thing you're going to do is take the handle off. You're going to need an Allen key to get that thing off. I would recommend using some WD-40. That's the little screw that you have to fully take off for you to be able to take off that handle. You're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to take that black thing off. That's what holds the handle onto the valve. And then those are the temperature dials. So let's say you don't have enough hot water, then you can spin it. And then if you spin it counterclockwise, then you'll have less hot water. So usually I just leave them on the 12 o'clock position right there. Take off the little escutcheon there, the trim, take all the silicone around it so you can fully take that trim plate off. Sometimes it's not necessary. In this case, the valve itself, it's kind of inside the wall, so it was necessary to take that off. So you see that little retaining cleat there. We're going to need to take that off with some needle nose or a pick. If you have a pick, something I would recommend is if you have a rag or something that you can stuff in there. Sometimes, those clips can go flying, so you don't want to lose it. I do have some spare in my truck, so if I lose it, I don't mind. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to get them off. You might have to spray some WD-40 in there if you have a lot of mineral buildup. This here is a puller I've used a handful of times. This was sent out to me, and I really like it. I like it better than the Moen one. This you just attach to your drill. In this case, I attach it to my impact drill, and you just press on the trigger, and you see how easy that cartridge is pulling away from that valve into that cylinder there. So that is pretty neat. This one came off no problems. I've had other ones that have been very stuck, and this thing got them off with no problems. I like to get a little brush in there and kind of clean all the mineral inside of that valve. And then here is the new 1222 cartridge. The little packaging did come with some lube in there. Definitely recommend lubing up the cartridge so when you stick it on, you're not going to have a hard time, and put that retainer clip back in there. Everything looks good. Little trick that I'm going to show you here. See that little indentation on that stem right there? If you leave it on the down position, spin that thing down, when you go turn the water on, you're not going to have water coming out of that valve. So always remember to leave that facing down. And then I'm going to go turn the water on, make sure everything is working. Water's on, and voila, everything is working good. I'm going to go ahead and put everything back together now. I got the little chrome piece, that insert that goes in there, put the screws in there. And that's this temperature dial. There's a name, I think there's a name for those, but I can't remember the name for it right now. I'm going to go ahead and put this in there for the handle. Make sure you get your Phillips screwdriver nice and snug in there, and we're ready to put that handle on. All right, let's go ahead and tie that bad boy on right there. There it is. So like I said, this is a very common valve. One of my favorite, the Moen Posi-Temps. I mean, there's only, like I said before, 3 things that can go wrong with it. Sometimes the stem can break off, and then I think I have another video in my profile that you can look at, see how I took those off. But everything went very smooth in here. If you have any questions, let me know.